The San Francisco 49ers are on the brink of something big, with whispers of potential additions that could elevate this already formidable roster into a true Super Bowl contender. Imagine the impact of two dynamic free agents, Joey Bosa and Kevin Zeitler, who could be the missing pieces in the quest for a championship. Where are you watching from, 49ers fans? Drop a comment and let us know your thoughts on these potential signings. As we dive into the details, let's start with Joey Bosa. The prospect of the Bosa brothers teaming up in red and gold has fired up the fanbase, but there's more than just family ties at play here. Bosa's fit within the 49ers' defensive scheme could be the key to unlocking a defensive juggernaut. While the recent draft saw the addition of Romello Height, it does not eliminate the possibility of pursuing Bosa. Their roles differ significantly. Height brings a different skill set that allows for flexibility in defensive packages, and with Raheem Morris at the helm, we can expect a variety of schemes that could benefit from Bosa's unique abilities. Bosa's strength and versatility are undeniable assets, and the 49ers would be wise to capitalize on this opportunity. The synergy between the Bosa brothers could not only boost team morale, but also create a game-changing dynamic on the field. The 49ers are in a win-now mode, and bringing in a player of Bosa's caliber could very well be the catalyst that propels them past their competition. Now, turning our attention to Kevin Zeitler, who presents a more complex scenario. While his name hasn't been thrown around as much as Bosa's, he represents a significant upgrade that could make a difference in tight moments during a game. However, it's important to note that Zeitler has spent the vast majority of his career as a right guard, and the idea of moving him to left guard raises some valid concerns. It's not just a simple position swap. It requires a level of adjustment that could potentially disrupt the offensive line's cohesion. Despite the analytical observations made by experts, it's essential to scrutinize the practicality of such a move. Would Zeitler be able to transition smoothly into a new position while maintaining the level of performance required to protect the quarterback and create running lanes? While the urgency for the 49ers to win now is palpable, especially considering the future of players like Connor Colby and Carver Willis, the question remains whether bringing in a seasoned veteran like Zeitler, who is not accustomed to left guard duties, is truly the best course of action. The stakes are incredibly high for the 49ers, and the urgency to fortify the roster is clear. If Zeitler can prove to be a reliable option for critical game moments, the potential reward could outweigh the risks associated with his position change. However, one must ask if it is worth stalling the development of younger talent in the long run. With these two potential signings swirling in the air, it's clear that the 49ers are aiming high. The moves they make now could define their season, and fans are eager to see how this unfolds. As we continue to explore the latest developments surrounding the team, the anticipation only grows for what's next on the horizon. As we dive deeper into the pulse of 49ers Nation, the talk around the 2026 NFL Draft has ignited fresh debate about the effectiveness of John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan's draft strategies. Critics are sharpening their pencils, claiming that the duo has struggled to secure impactful players, particularly in the early rounds, a sentiment that echoes from past drafts and is now resurfacing with a vengeance. The scrutiny intensified after the 2026 draft, as analysts pointed fingers at the 49ers for what they deemed reaches on multiple selections. This criticism is not new. It's a recurring theme that has haunted the front office. Take the 2022 draft, for instance. Out of 9 players selected, only 2 remain on the roster today: quarterback Brock Purdy and offensive lineman Nick Zakelj. And let's be real, none of the first 5 rounds yielded any long-term contributors. That's a concerning trend for a franchise that aspires to be a perennial contender. This situation has led to some heated discussions among fans and analysts alike. One fan, desperate for answers, asked NFL insider Tom Pelissero during a guest hosting stint on the Rich Eisen show whether Lynch should face the axe if the 2026 draft class fails to deliver. Pelissero, however, offered a reassuring perspective for 49ers supporters. He firmly stated that he doesn't foresee a scenario where Lynch or Shanahan would be shown the door based solely on another draft class. "I don't see a world where John Lynch ever gets fired by the 49ers, Pelissero asserted. Same thing with Kyle Shanahan. They have stabilized that franchise. He highlighted a crucial point: the turbulent years preceding their arrival, filled with coaching changes and instability. From the end of the Jim Harbaugh era to the tumultuous tenures of Jim Tomsula and Chip Kelly, the 49ers have finally found a semblance of consistency under Lynch and Shanahan. They've transformed the team into a competitive force, year in and year out. Moreover, Pelissero pointed out that the 49ers have adeptly navigated the draft's ups and downs, offsetting some of their shortcomings through savvy trades and smart free agency moves. This ability to find gems beyond the first few rounds should not go unnoticed. Think about it, Brock Purdy, tight end George Kittle, and linebacker Fred Warner are all prime examples of the franchise's knack for unearthing talent when the pressure's off. Top of the draft. Bang for the buck hasn't always been there, Pelissero acknowledged. While it's clear that more superstars are desired, the ability to find hidden talents has kept the 49ers competitive. Yet, the painful reality remains. The costly trade-up for quarterback Trey Lance serves as a glaring reminder of the risks taken that haven't panned out as hoped. As we analyze this draft conundrum, it's essential to recognize the weight of expectations placed on Lynch and Shanahan. While they have undoubtedly stabilized the franchise, the pressure to deliver more from the draft, especially the early rounds, is palpable. Fans are left wondering, can this front office crack the code and find the stars that will lead the 49ers back to the promised land? The narrative surrounding the draft, talent evaluation, and team-building strategies will continue to unfold. What will the future hold for the 49ers as they juggle fan expectations and the reality of NFL talent acquisition? Stay tuned as we explore the next chapter in this ongoing saga.
As we dive deep into the current situation surrounding the San Francisco 49ers, the tension is palpable. The question on every fan's mind: will the 49ers finally pull the trigger and sign Joey Bosa, one of the most coveted edge rushers still available in the 2026 free agency? With a staggering $67.4 million in available salary cap space, more than any other team in the NFL, the opportunity is ripe for the picking. Yet, here we are, weeks into free agency, and the two sides remain worlds apart on contract negotiations. This isn't just about numbers. It speaks volumes about the philosophy and direction of the franchise. From the outset, analysts and fans alike flagged edge rusher as a critical need for the 49ers this offseason. The unexpected retirement of Bryce Huff at just 27 years old left a glaring hole in a pass rush that was already thin. The urgency was clear. The 49ers needed to acquire a premium pass rusher to maintain their defensive identity, and they had the cap space to do it. Every mock draft and free agent tracker echoed the same sentiment. The 49ers needed to act quickly. San Francisco's ability to create this cap space wasn't a fluke. By restructuring Nick Bosa's contract, they managed to convert $21.4 million of his salary into a signing bonus, freeing up roughly $17.1 million in 2026 cap relief. On top of that, a reported adjustment of over $20 million allowed the 49ers to enter free agency with a mighty war chest. Analysts hailed it as a masterstroke of short-term flexibility. However, with the NFL salary cap projected to exceed $300 million, merely having the space doesn't equate to using it effectively. Taking a closer look at Joey Bosa, he played on a one-year, roughly $13 million deal with the Bills last season. The 49ers could easily accommodate that salary multiple times over. Yet, reports have surfaced indicating that San Francisco is unwilling to meet his asking price. General Manager John Lynch's declaration that "I don't know if we can afford him" raises eyebrows. How can a team with over $67 million in cap space claim they can't afford a pass rusher of Bosa's caliber? It's a perplexing stance that leaves many questioning the team's strategy. Lynch's comments weren't just a slip of the tongue. They reflect a broader philosophy that prioritizes internal valuation over emotional narratives or familial ties. Joey Bosa is not just the brother of Nick Bosa. He's a seasoned veteran with proven skills. The 49ers' refusal to budge on his price point sends a clear message to the league. They're valuing discipline over sentiment, and the consequences of that decision could reverberate throughout the entire free agent market. Let's break down the mathematics. With the highest cap room in the league, the 49ers could easily afford Bosa's likely salary, yet they seem committed to rolling over in used space rather than investing in the kind of talent that could bolster their defense. It's akin to a homeowner with a substantial credit limit watching their fence decay because the contractor's estimate was slightly above their comfort zone. The family dynamic adds another layer to this saga. Nick Bosa is the linchpin of San Francisco's defensive line. Bringing in his brother would not only strengthen the unit, but also provide a narrative that fans and media alike would rally behind. However, the 49ers' apparent unwillingness to pay the price. even with the cap space available, paints a picture of a team that is prioritizing fiscal discipline over immediate needs. This standoff establishes a new precedent for how cap-rich contenders operate. Historically, teams with abundant cap space would aggressively pursue marquee free agents. The 49ers are flipping that script. They are demonstrating that just because they can spend, it doesn't mean they will. The question now is whether this strategy will pay off or if it is simply a recipe for regret as the season unfolds. The ramifications of Nick Bosa's restructured contract loom large. It pushed a significant cap hit into 2027, bloating his future cap number to over $50 million. This means the current flexibility the 49ers enjoy has a ticking clock attached to it. Every week that passes without addressing the edge rush position erodes their competitive window. While the market for Joey Bosa remains quiet, largely due to his age and injury history, one must remember that quiet markets can shift rapidly, especially with division rivals looking to strengthen their own rosters. In a recent statement, Lynch mentioned wanting to make Mama Bosa happy. Yet the reality is that the 49ers are playing a high-stakes game. The speculation is that they may circle back with a one-year offer later in the offseason, banking on Bosa's market softening as their need intensifies. It's a gamble that could result in them landing a star player at a discount, or it could backfire spectacularly, showcasing a complete disconnect between having financial resources and the willingness to invest them in talent. So what would you do if you were in John Lynch's shoes? Would you hold your ground and trust your valuation model, or would you write the check to bring Joey Bosa back home and strengthen the defense alongside his brother? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss what this means for the future of the San Francisco 49ers. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe for the latest news and rumors surrounding your favorite team. 49ers fans, your voices matter. Let us know where you're watching from and your opinions on this unfolding drama.